It's Ash from Super Videos, back for another video for Season 11 of The Walking Dead. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at some exclusive behind-the-scenes footage that was released as part of the Show Me More for The Walking Dead. So these are official footage that they released for filming of the final episodes of The Walking Dead. So Season 11 episode 17 all the way to Season 11 episode 24. There's actually a few extremely interesting and revealing stuff in this behind the scenes footage, which I absolutely loved. So stay tuned, we'll be right back to break these down. Alright, as always, before we jump into this, smash that like button, subscribe to join our community, and press the bell to be notified when I upload on the channel. With that said, let's dive right into it. Now, I'm not necessarily going to go through these in the order that we saw it in the actual Show Me More episode. What I will do is group them together in a way that makes sense. And obviously all of these are screen caps of the actual footage. I'm not gonna put the actual footage here because there's a possibility that this video is gonna get copyrighted. So first shot we have here, it seems like they are at the Commonwealth, and then we have this pretty interesting shot of Jerry and the crew in the background. I don't exactly know where they are right now. This doesn't look like Commonwealth. It doesn't look like Hilltop or Alexandria either, so I don't know exactly where this is at. We will see another shot of Jerry later on, which connects to this. And then we have this shot of Aaron helping a walker get up. It seems like Aaron is in that same exact spot that we saw Jerry in the previous shot, where there's a bunch of cabins. I'm interested to see where they actually are. Like, is it just a random location, or is this somewhere close to Commonwealth? And then we have this shot of Daryl killing this guy with a knife, and then as he moves back, we can see that Carol is there as well. Now there's another shot here where there's a walker that's about to bite him, and Daryl is about to stab him. Next shot we have is this shot of Lydia fighting this walker, and then we have this shot of Lydia and Elijah together. It seems like it's in the exact same area, like some sort of a wooded area. And then we have this similar shot of Lydia. Now in the background, it seems like they're around the same types of cabins that we saw earlier where Jerry and Aaron were. So I'm assuming that all of the survivors go there. Now there's a possibility that that's just the location that they find to go hide because they can't go to Alexandria or Hilltop now. So that's a possibility that that's just a temporary spot where everyone's staying at. And then we have this shot of Jerry in the same sort of area, and he has this kind of stick or something, and he's practicing with it. This reminded me a lot of Morgan, so that's pretty cool. And then we have Aaron here in that same spot with the cabins and everything. And then we have this shot of King Ezekiel. He's obviously in that temporary hospital in a way that he built to treat people who weren't able to be treated at Commonwealth's hospital. And then we have this shot of Daryl and Carol. Carol is handing Daryl his crossbow. We have this shot of Carol with her bow shooting at something. She's in the same sort of wooded area that we saw Elijah and Lydia at, so they could be doing a scene together there. And then we have this shot of Aaron. Obviously it seems like he's still in that same area where the cabins are. There's woods right around the corner, so it's possible that those wooded areas that we saw are areas close to these areas where the cabins are. But obviously Aaron is killing all of these walkers. And then we have this shot of Aaron killing this particular walker. But what is interesting is that Jerry is sitting in the background as if he's injured, like he can't move. So that's extremely interesting. We have this other angle from the same shot. And obviously we can see there's some bandages on Jerry's knee. So he probably got injured. I don't think he's gonna die, but we haven't seen Jerry in a lot of pictures for the last few episodes. So that's definitely concerning. Then we have this shot of Aaron. He's in that same spot, but he looks like he's shocked to see something. Now this is actually a shot that was not in the behind the scenes footage. This was in the actual trailer that they released for part C of season 11. Aaron looks like he's shocked to see something. So it's possible that Jerry does in fact get bit or something, and this is Aaron reacting to Jerry's death. That's a possibility. But I don't think Jerry is gonna die from his wound. I think he's either gonna get bit or someone's gonna shoot him or something like that. And then we have this shot of Aaron killing this walker, and if you look here, we can see Jerry. So this is also connected to what we just saw. And then we have this shot of Daryl and Judith inside of Commonwealth. That is extremely interesting. Now, why I say it's interesting is that none of them are allowed to go back. You know what I mean? At this point, the Commonwealth militia, Lance specifically, are after Daryl and the others. So I doubt that they're just gonna let Daryl walk around free at Commonwealth. So something tells me that this is Daryl at Commonwealth after everything goes down. Like after some sort of a skirmish with Commonwealth. And then we have this shot of Eugene up in the stands. There's a microphone right next to him. So it looks like he's about to give some sort of a speech. They're obviously at Commonwealth. Now, if you take a look, it looks like some sort of a boxing ring in the middle there. We will see that boxing ring in just a little bit, so keep that in mind. But this is obviously before everything goes down because everyone is relatively calm. In this particular shot, we can see that everyone is not calm. There's chaos everywhere. It's hectic. Everyone is running, and obviously Max and Sebastian are right there as well. So it looks like something happened and everyone is just running for their lives. We also see this shot, which is related. Now, if you take a look at the side, it looks like people are chanting. So it's likely that at this point, a riot erupted at the Commonwealth, which is straight from the comics. In the comics, there is an incident that happens where some Commonwealth soldiers end up killing some innocent people, which leads to the riots, and it looks like they're doing that exact thing because we see some innocent people fighting a Commonwealth soldier. So that's potentially exactly from the comics, and this is what's gonna lead to the riots, just like the comics. We see this shot of Mercer right here. It looks like he's jumping to action. And then we have this shot here of all of the residents just walking around or running around. And obviously Eugene is there and Max is hiding behind Eugene. So Eugene is protecting her. So that's pretty cool. And then we have this pretty cool shot of Mercer and Sebastian inside of that same boxing ring. Mercer with his axe. Obviously he's goofing around and pretending like he's gonna hit Sebastian. I hope he does. But this is just them prepping for whatever they're gonna shoot. And then we have this shot of Pamela Milton with a Commonwealth soldier right by her side in the middle of that same boxing ring. Mercer's obviously there, and it seems like there's people chanting around them. So at this point, riots have broken out and Pamela Milton is stuck in the middle of that boxing ring, which is extremely interesting. And then we have this pretty interesting shot of Daryl with Rex Colt Python. He's pointing it at someone, and obviously everyone is running around in the background. So this is where shit's hitting the fan. Riots have broken out and everyone's just running around and chanting, so it's chaotic. Now this could very well be an adaptation of the comic story. Obviously, spoiler alert, but in the comics, we have someone from our survivors' camp attempting to kill Pamela. They're stopped by another one of our survivors, a big survivor. I'm not going to name them just in case. If you've read the comics, you know who I'm talking about, but that person actually executes the other. So someone from our team kills another one in his own team to prevent them from killing Pamela. So this is either Daryl getting that moment where he tries to assassinate Pamela, but he's executed himself by someone else, or this is Daryl reacting to seeing someone attempt to kill Pamela, and he's about to shoot them. And at this point, something tells me that it might be Magna who tries to kill Pamela, and Daryl ends up killing her. I could be wrong, but that's my bold prediction at this point. This is extremely cool. I mean, this is definitely teasing at, or even spoiling in a way, a major moment from the comics. So it's spoiling that it's going to be Daryl that's going to take that, or a part of that, which is extremely interesting. We did see in the trailer for Part C of Season 11, Daryl holding Rick's Colt Python. So this might be moments before he goes through with what he is about to do, if he's about to do what I just said. But then we have this shot of some Commonwealth soldiers surrounding Annie and Aaron. They're in some sort of an underground tunnel, similar to the one that we saw earlier on in Season 11. And then we have this shot of Aaron in the background and Daryl. They're in that same type of area in the tunnel. And then we have this shot, which is extremely interesting. So we have Carol and Lance. Lance is injured. There's blood all over his face. And it looks like he's got a wound on his arm here. But they're in the same exact type of area. So I wonder if the survivors take Lance hostage or something to that effect. I could be wrong, but that's just something that I'm speculating at this point. There was even a shot in the trailer of Season 11, Part C, where there's Lance. He's looking at his coin. He has blood on his face. So this could be before he was captured by our survivors. Like he was shot or injured, and then they took him hostage. Now, with that said, I do want to talk a little bit about something else that I noticed, which connects to a picture that we've been talking about from the season finale. Not an official picture, but a behind-the-scenes picture captured by fans. If you don't want to know anything about that, if you don't already know and don't want to know, stop this video right now before I move on to the next picture. But if you know what I'm talking about, then you can stick around. I noticed something in these pictures that gives us a better idea what that other picture was all about. So with that spoiler warning out of the way, let's jump into it. So obviously, this is the picture that I'm talking about on the bottom right, where we had most of our survivors in fight mode, and we had Daryl carrying someone who appeared to be injured. We were talking about who that could be. A lot of people were speculating that it's Judith. Some people were saying that it's Lydia. I thought it was Lydia first, but then I was leaning more towards Judith. But now I think we pretty much know who it is. If you take a look at the picture in the background, one of the things that was in the official footage that they released, look at what Judith is wearing. It matches exactly what that mannequin that Daryl is carrying is wearing. So at this point, I think we're safe to say that that's Judith. Now, I don't think Judith is going to die. She's obviously injured. I wonder if Sebastian had something to do with this. Obviously, in the comics, Sebastian did kill a big character from our survivors camp, so they could be remixing that and having Judith take it, Judith be shot. Now, I don't think Judith is going to die still, but they could be remixing it. There's also another possibility. They could be doing something similar to what they did during No Way Out. So if you remember, Ron wanted to kill Rick when Michonne stabbed him in the back, and then the gun went off, and obviously a stray bullet, hit Carl in the face and caused him to lose his eye. So I wonder if they're gonna do that similar thing where Magna tries to kill Pamela, like we talked about, or someone else, it doesn't even matter. And then Daryl shoots Magna, and then Magna's straight bullet hits Judith, or something like that. It might be a stretch, but that's just the thoughts that are going through my head when I'm seeing these things together at this point. But I'm definitely interested to know your thoughts and opinions about everything discussed in this video. Let me know what you think about the behind the scenes footage and also this final theory about Daryl, Magna, and Judith. Do you think that's what they're gonna do, or do you think they're gonna do something completely different? Share your thoughts and opinions down in the comment section below. If you enjoyed this video, smash that like button, subscribe to join our community if you haven't, and press the bell to be notified when I upload on the channel. That's it for this video. See you next time for another super video.